Hello, today I'll read Joshua chapter 24. In chapter 23 was about Joshua's farewell to the leaders. And now let's see what's next. Then Joshua assembled all the tribes of Israel at Schechem. He summoned the elders, leaders, judges, and officials to Israel, and they presented themselves before God. Joshua said to all the people, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Long ago, your forefathers, including Terah, the father of Abraham and Nahor, lived beyond the river and worshipped other gods. But I took your father Abraham from the land beyond the river and led him throughout Canaan, and gave him many descendants. I gave him Isaac, and to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. And we see that it was very difficult at old age, at 100 years old, Abraham and his wife Sarah at 90 years, she born Isaac. Isaac, he prayed for about 20 years, and at 60 years old, Rebecca born Isaac and Jacob, who were fighting, and it was very difficult. I mean, even God was there. That doesn't mean that everything is perfect and everything is good and normal, but instead maybe it's difficult. And that's the way of God. Why? I mean, couldn't be easiest, couldn't be normal, at least, if God is with you? Couldn't you be successful in everything you do? Yeah, maybe at first, until you receive that, maybe God will test you. Why? Because the character is more important than all those facts, all those things. Yeah, facts, but all those things are just to perform your character. And if God's think that you need something to learn, He will teach you in His ways. But you should be receptive, to be easiest, and to not fall down, but to grow up. Each person, each life is different. God is the architect, and He works in always. He works always, in every ways. And that's a miracle. That's something beautiful about God and the human. The human is not just we are created by like in Genesis says, Genesis chapter 1. Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. Yeah, but to make man in our image, in our likeness. And God is the architect of this, and our lives are very complex, and that's the beauty of it. Let's continue. And to Isaac I gave Jacob and Esau. I assigned the hill country of Seir to Esau, but Jacob and his sons went down to Egypt. Then I sent Moses and Aaron, and I afflicted the Egyptians by what I did there, and I brought you out. When I brought your fathers out of Egypt, you came to the sea, and the Egyptians pursued them with chariots and horsemen as far as the Red Sea. But they cried to the Lord for help, and he put darkness between you and the Egyptians. He brought the sea over them and covered them. You saw with your own eyes what I did to the Egyptians. Then you lived in the desert for a long time. Yeah, it was a very difficult, so many tests. I brought you to the land of the Amorites who lived east of the Jordan. So much investment of God by teaching the Egyptians, the Jewish people, his ways, but or his way, because he one way, but still did it worth it? Does it worth it? About Jesus Christ coming here and die for us, does it worth it? If lots of sinners are dying and they go to hell because they neglect Jesus Christ's sacrifice, and yeah, about let's think on the best part, the good part, that the people, some people, and lots of people, because lots of people, we are lots of people, even bad, even good, there are lots of people. They were redeemed by God, by Jesus Christ's sacrifice. And for sinners, they become Christians and holy, or saints, let's say saints. And yeah, it's worth it. It was worth it, and it is, and it continues until the world ends. Let's continue, or until Jesus Christ will come again for judgment. We will see. Okay, let's continue. And he put darkness between you and the Egyptians. He brought the sea over them and covered them. You saw with your own eyes what I did to the Egyptians. Then you lived in the desert for a long time. I brought you to the land of the Amorites who lived east of the Jordan. They fought against you, but I gave them into your hands. I destroyed them from before you, and you took possession of their land. When Balak, son of Zippor, the king of Moab, prepared to fight against Israel, he sent for Balaam, son of Beor, to put a curse on you. But I would not listen to Balaam, so he blessed you again and again, and I delivered you out of his hand. Then you crossed the Jordan and came to Jericho. The citizens of Jericho fought against you, as did also the Amorites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hittites, Girgashites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Yeah, let's stop a bit. I mean, God made Balaam to bless them and almost forced him. But still, what if he? But he couldn't. What if he would curse the Israel? Would that will happen? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why God got involved in there. Girgashites, Hivites, and Jebusites. But I gave them into your hands. I sent the hornet ahead of you, which drove them out before you. Also the 2 Amorite kings. You did not do it with your own sword and bow. So I gave you a land on which you did not toil, and cities you did not build. And you live in them and eat from vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant. Now fear the Lord and serve him with all faithfulness. Throw away the gods your forefathers worshipped beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. So God didn't put the pressure on the Jewish people, but it was step by step. Or when God came to at Moses in Egypt, he could say, you are worshipping other gods. Yeah, you're my people. You were, but what are you doing? Maybe not all of them, but maybe lots of them. They were, or maybe not lots, but I think some of them for sure. But God has had a way to teach them. I mean, how could you punish someone that he don't know the law? That he committed something bad, something evil. The power of a sin, like it says in the Bible, is the law. Without the law, without knowing it, but you cannot live unknown, to know nothing. I mean, to be just tied, covered your eyes, to be, yeah, or something like that. But let's continue. Worshipped beyond the river and in Egypt, and serve the Lord. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your forefathers served beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, he will serve the Lord. We will serve the Lord. Yeah, we can say to that. We have that power. Maybe we could try to change all the world, but what we can do for sure and what is our responsibility is this. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. And if you do it, maybe someone else will do it by watching you, and maybe someone else and someone else and someone else, and the light will spread out or spread in. inside, but the people. Then the people answered, "Far be it from us to forsake the Lord to serve other gods. It was the Lord our God himself who brought us and our fathers up out of Egypt, from that land of slavery, and performed those great signs before our eyes. He protected us on our entire journey and among all the nations through which we traveled. And the Lord drove out before us all the nations, including the Amorites who lived in the land. We too will serve the Lord because He is our God." God likes that, I think. Yeah, it was a generation born in the desert. And they were very faithful to God. They lived with faith. I mean, the water, I think, even the waters, they drank, the food they ate every day. It was a miracle. And where they lived and traveled, it was God himself there. They saw God in some ways. With that pillar of fire, or at night of fire, at day during the day at clouds, and the voice of the Lord, the voice of the God from the mountain, and so much things. Their childhood was like that, and they heard everything from their parents. What happened and how they escaped from Egypt. Joshua said to the people, "You are not able to serve the Lord. He is a holy God. He is a jealous God. He will not forgive your rebellion and your sins." Wow. Joshua is not something, like encourage them. Okay, that's the good thing. That's what I want to hear, and not just but what God wants to hear, and God bless you all. No, look what he says. He is patting them like a rage, or a rage. Joshua tested them. "If you forsake the Lord and serve foreign gods, He will turn and bring disaster on you and make an end of you after He has been good to you." He's not hiding the bad part of the contract. If they will not be in accordance with the contract, with the oath of the God, between them and God. But the people said to Joshua, "No, we will serve the Lord." Then Joshua said, You are witnesses against yourselves that you have chosen to serve the Lord." "Yes, we are witnesses," they replied. Wow. That's the real things. I mean, the real thing, not just the good, God will take you to the heaven, everything is made of gold, and everything, you will be prosperous, you will be... No. If you want to serve the Lord, the God, you may die for Jesus Christ. You may die for your faith. You may be beheaded, or be in a poverty, live in a poverty, or live a very hard life. What is your choice? God bless you and made good things for you. But maybe in this life some things will turn upside down. Because of the Jesus Christ, you will lose maybe your family, your children, your own life. You will be a food of lions or wild animals or electrocuted or making chemical text or I don't know what kind of bad things on you. They will haunt you. Maybe. They will do bad things. Are you ready? Do you really want to serve the God, the Lord? Yeah, in Europe and nowadays, in Europe and in peace countries, we are like, or not Muslim countries, or Chinese, or yeah, or North Korea, atheist countries. We have the liberty, but we don't know the value of this. We think this is just for the blessings and to live in a good things and having a blessed life, have everything good. God didn't show you in the Bible something like that. Or in the history, we will see that the apostles and the Christians will die for their belief, and will be sacrificed, crossed, like put in a cross or hanged out, or I don't know. Yeah, hanged out, real hanged out, not the words hang out like no, like a relationship between a man and a woman or something like that. No, but a real hangout. Yeah, lots of bad things happened, and maybe sometimes it is happening in Muslim countries or atheist countries. Yeah. Will you serve the Lord with all your life? Here it says, Joshua says to the Israelites, maybe you will do something bad and God will punish you. But here we say something else in the Christianity. Because you choose God, you will lose your comfort, the opportunity to live a comfortable life or something like that. Will you do it? But the people said to Joshua, no, we will serve the Lord. You must be in love with your God, with God, to can do it. Okay, yeah, God did something, blessed you and did something very good to you. But if you look just as the good things what He did, and you don't look to God, and He didn't conquered your heart. In hard times, will you serve the Lord? Then Joshua said, you are witnesses against yourselves that you have chosen to serve the Lord. Yes, we are witnesses, they replied. Now then, said Joshua, throw away the foreign gods that are among you and yield your hearts to the Lord, the God of Israel. Yeah. For the saints, there is a law or something like that. Be holy. For the holy people must be holy. Again and again. Keep your holiness, or something like that, active and real. Now then, said Joshua, I said that, and the people said to Joshua, we will serve the Lord our God and obey him. On that day Joshua made a covenant for the people, and there at Shechem he drew up for them decrees and laws. And Joshua recorded these things in the book of the law of God. Then he took a large stone and set it up there under the oak near the holy place of the Lord. See, he said to all the people, this stone will be a witness against you, against us. It has heard all the words the Lord has said to us. It will be a witness against you if you are untrue to your God. Then Joshua sent the people away, each to his own inheritance. After these things, Joshua son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died at the age of 110. Wow, he lived some years, Joshua. And they buried him in the land of his inheritance at Timnath Serach. So let's calculate. When he was 40, he was chosen by Moses to go with Caleb and the other 10 to inspect the territory of the Canaan. At the age of 80 or something like that, Caleb says that he's that strong as he was at 40. So 80 and another 30 years after that. It was his time to conquer all the Canaan, but he couldn't do it. And Joshua recorded these things in the book of the law of God. Then he took a large stone and set it up there under the oak near the holy place of the Lord. See, he said to all the people, this stone will be a witness against us. It has heard all the words the Lord has said to us. It will be a witness against you if you are untrue to your God. Maybe under that rock. It's still the book of the law. Maybe it's a copy of something like that. An original copy or something like that. I don't know. Original. Made by Joshua or something. I don't know. And they buried him in the land of his inheritance at Timnath Serach, in the hill country of Ephraim, north of Mount Gash. Israel served the Lord throughout the lifetime of Joshua and of the elders, who outlived him and who had experienced everything the Lord had done for Israel. And Joseph's bones, which the Israelites had brought up from Egypt, were buried at Shechem. Yeah, they put some importance to bones of Joseph too, but still, let's be aware they were not praying or something like, or trying to touch them and to miracles to happen. No, but to preserve the body, which some of the people they think that the saints are for us to touch them and to use them, uh, but they should be uh, protected. Their funerals maybe, and until they will be resurrected uh, by God. And Joseph's bones, which the Israelites had brought up from Egypt, were buried at Shechem in the tract of land that Jacob bought for 100 pieces of silver from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem. This became the inheritance of Joseph's descendants. And Eleazar, son of Aaron, died and was buried at Gibeah. Eleazar died too. Which had been allotted to his son Phinehas. In the hill country of Ephraim. Okay, that was the chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and elect me in the next chapter too. And if He wants to receive me there too. God bless you all and goodbye.